Hi, thank you for joining me. So one of the principles of radical gratitude, or one of the insights upon which it is based, is that we do not know what's good for us. We do not know what's good for us. What do I mean by this? So for example, we might lose a job and we think it's the worst thing that could ever happen. And then 6 months later, we've now created the business that is our life's calling. So the bad thing for us, we discover, was actually a good thing. Or a relationship ends and we're in tears. We think it's the worst thing that could ever possibly happen. And 6 months later, or 5 years later, or 2 weeks later, we meet a higher quality of relationship. We create a higher quality of relationship. Or indeed, it might be that we have an experience that seems terribly bad. It seems horrible. An experience of suffering, an experience of pain, and yet we look back and we see that that experience was one that actually created the depths of compassion that we now have, or it created the insights that allow us to serve others, or indeed live the life with the quality that we're living in. So yes, we might discover in our short-term experience that when I exercise regularly, it seems to be good for me. I might discover that when I drink green juice regularly as opposed to having a whiskey every morning, for example. These are experiments we can do. I might know what's good for me in this sense. I might discover through these experiments. But there's that bigger picture that we don't know about. And what I have found is that everything is good for me. Everything that happens in my life is good for me. My parents' divorce, the trauma and the disturbance that created in my experience taught me so much. The addictions I've experienced, the suicidal despair, wow, what a gift. The depression that I experienced again quite recently, wow, what a gift. I learned even more from depression this time around. The diagnosis of a brain tumor, what a gift. Wow, what a gift. So this principle of radical gratitude really is to recognize the value in the opportunity in all circumstances as they unfold. And in order to open ourselves to the gift, to the opportunity, we first accept, when we look at a circumstance, that we don't actually know what's good for us, and we don't actually know the meaning of what we're looking at. We don't fully know the meaning of what we're looking at. We see this again and again. Time unfolds and we say, that's what it really was. So this radical gratitude that I share with you, this being grateful for everything, because it is, not necessarily because it will be some insight, but if we look for it, we will surely find it. But simply because it is. And because if it's happening and I'm experiencing it, then I'm experiencing it. I'm alive. This being is here. So these are 3 strands that I've shared with you into what I call radical gratitude. Being grateful for life. Being grateful for everything, because I don't know what's good for me. I don't actually know what's happening. I don't know the meaning of what's unfolding in front of me. And when I am grateful for everything as it is, because it is, I experience freedom. And when I am grateful simply for being, I have a steady supply of joy and well-being that I can enjoy and share with the world. Thank you for joining me.